Welcome back, everyone. Well, we have breaking news surrounding stimulus checks. First, I want to cover some interesting stimulus check news. This was just circling in the headlines over the last couple days, and I definitely want to talk about it. And then we also have to talk about the elephant in the room, and that is the fact that brand new stimulus checks have now been approved, but for a specific group of people, a very niche group of people. You may or may not qualify. It will be interesting to see if someone on here, someone viewing, qualifies for these stimulus checks. So definitely let us know at the end of this video. So I want to talk about it all in today's video. But before we do, as always, make sure you guys do a couple things for me. Number one, give this video a tremendous thumbs up. If you have been enjoying my content, smash that like button. I'd appreciate it. And if you haven't already, make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. Click that big red button as well as have those notifications turned on. That will notify you when we do post a brand new video. And we'll be doing our next cash giveaway when we do hit 20,000 subscribers. You'll have to be subscribed to be entered in that giveaway. You might as well get it out of the way now and become a subscriber. With that being said, let's get started and dive right into today's video. So this is quite intriguing. Caught this in the news recently and thought it would be worthwhile to share, as we do talk about stimulus often on this channel. And if you're familiar with the Boston bombing that happened in 2013, of course, the terrorist Dzhokhar Zarnev, right? He is currently in prison, and authorities are considering utilizing his stimulus check. Basically, federal prosecutors want the Boston Marathon bomber to use his COVID-19 $1,400 stimulus check that he received, as well as other money in his trust account, towards the money that he owes his victims. In a filing Wednesday, the U.S. Attorney's Office in Boston asked a judge to order the Federal Bureau of Prisons to turn the money over to the clerk of the court, quote, as payment towards his outstanding criminal monetary penalties, including unpaid special assessment and restitution. Zarnev, who is being held in a maximum security prison in Colorado, has actually received money during his incarceration, whether it was from his public defender's office or actually dozens of other individuals in other states in the country. As of December 22nd, Zarnev had $3,885 and change in his account. He was, of course, convicted of the Boston Marathon bombing that killed 3 people and injured hundreds of others. And in 2016, he was ordered to pay a $3,000 special assessment and more than $101 million in criminal restitution. So he does have quite some ways to go. I'm sure we know the answer already. This is a rhetorical question, but do you support having his $1,400 stimulus check going to his victims? Do you believe that is fair, or are you a strict legal analyst and you might believe that this actually might not be legal? What are your thoughts on that? Let us know down below in the comments, but I'm sure the vast majority of the people would agree with this ruling. So with that being said, we also have breaking news. This was just signed. Brand new stimulus checks, the latest checks to go out in this country. Now, it is a subset of people, right? So it is a percentage of you, but it's actually a lot more people than you may think. Hundreds of thousands of people, in fact. I'm curious if some of you will qualify for this stimulus check. I am very intrigued, but let's talk about this breaking news. These brand new stimulus checks just signed and will be distributed very soon. So what's going on? Well, 345,000 Americans can now anticipate and expect a stimulus check worth between $600 and $2,000 coming very soon. A vote taken in 2021 by the Navajo Council is sending these checks to adults and children out of a $557 million relief fund for COVID-19. This means about 350,000 tribal members can expect these payments. The vote was passed with 18 yeses and 2 noes. This is much needed relief for hundreds of thousands of Native Americans, and especially during the winter, it's perfect timing when goods could be expensive even without the inflation. Council Delegate Amber Canisba-Crotty stated that the Navajo people do not need to suffer any longer and wonder when their next financial assistance will be. Now, of course, this will upset and anger a lot of you that are not included in this group, but I am curious if we do have some Native Americans here that watch my channel. If we have any Native viewers, definitely let me know down below in the comment section. I am curious to hear. But this is fantastic news for these people and will hopefully ease some of the economic situation. So let's break down the numbers, and believe it or not, families can ultimately receive thousands of dollars from this in a single household. So let's break down some of these numbers and take a look at the figures. So if you are an adult of the Navajo tribe and you do qualify for this assistance, you could be eligible for up to $2,000. For minors, that amount has been approved of $600. This means that families of married couples with 1 child could qualify for $4,600, with 2 children, $5,200, $5,200, which is, of course, important news for those in need. Now, this initiative was voted last December 29th of 2021, and according to what was announced by the president of the Navajo Nation, Jonathan Nez, when this law is approved, about 345,000 stimulus checks will be issued to help the needy people of this society. So much needed relief, and they could finally get some reprieve. Now, as far as the money, where it's coming from, the source of these funds, it is expected to come from the NNFRF, or the Navajo Nation Fiscal Recovery Fund. And this then begs the question, of course, could all Americans expect a check this year of 2022? There are still people hoping for another stimulus check this year, another round, another injection of stimulus into this country. And right now, budgetarily speaking, it is unlikely. However, you just got to think, if these numbers continue, if the inflation continues, if the virus continues to spread, people continue to be laid off, could we potentially see some rekindled calls for another stimulus check? And I'm sure the majority of the American people would approve of it. Would you be in favor of another stimulus check? Definitely let us know down below in the comment section. Now, what would be a lot more likely, what there is a great deal of hope for, is for the child tax credit, the enhanced CTC, to be resumed and continued. So that was part of Biden's Build Back Better bill that, of course, was torpedoed by Senator Joe Manchin. He said, "I will not do it. I could not vote for it." He said he tried everything in his power. He met with President Biden. They talked in great length, and Joe Manchin just couldn't do it. And we talked about that and reported it on this channel. That was big news, some of the biggest news coming out of last year, because that really, unfortunately, tanked a lot of the Democrats' ratings, and Biden's approval rating only continued to dip after Joe Manchin said no. So that was big news, but there is still a glimmer of hope. There is still a possibility, a chance that it could be introduced as a separate legislation. You could see a lot of people in Congress, especially in the more progressive left-leaning House, to introduce a bill that would contain only the child tax credit. The child tax credit would have meant that you could have continued to receive your monthly installments, your monthly payments, but right now we've pretty much hit a deadline where even if the bill were to miraculously pass this second right now, we've pretty much hit the cutoff date where if it did pass, the IRS would not be able to distribute those checks in time for you to receive your January payment. So your first payment wouldn't be until February anyways, even if it were to pass today miraculously. But that's where we are right now. I'm curious if you are in favor of the CTC. Do you approve of more stimulus checks? Do you think that the American people need more assistance, or should it just be back to work and forget it all, and the American people just have to move on? What are your thoughts? Let us know down below in the comment section. More news and developments will follow suit. All updates can be found right here on this very channel. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Smash the like button, I would appreciate it. And if you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Click that big red button and have notifications turned on as well. If you want to get some free stocks, all on me, all free, use the links down below in the description of this video. Sign up with the brokerage platforms Robinhood and or Webull. We'll get some free stocks, some of them valued up to thousands of dollars, in all free money, all on me, just for supporting the channel. And if you want to connect with me on social media outside of YouTube, I am on Instagram at Logan Cohn, LoganKohn, right there on your screen. Hope you enjoyed this video. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Take care for now.